Okay. Let's see. Hello. All right, we're getting set up here. I think that looks good. How's this one doing? Does that look good?
No.
Oh. My phone says we're going live. Hello. It's probably your phone saying we're going live. Got all the devices saying we're going live. Okay, I think we're all set up now. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. And happy 4th of July. We have our Old Navy 4th of July t-shirts on.
America.
So we thought we'd wear these in honor of 4th of July.
America.
And I like the style this year. Like, I really love the font. Like, I thought that this looks really cool.
Yeah.
So that's
Pandemic
exciting.
year.
Yeah, I know.
They should have put pandemic instead of 2020.
No, that's
Old Navy, American traditions since 1994.
That's sad.
Pandemic.
That's sad. Okay, well maybe not. That's sad.
Ugh.
But anyway, welcome back. Happy 4th of July. It's hot. But we have great news for you guys.
America.
Our America.
Yeah.
Okay. Our air conditioning guy came. Yay!
America.
We are really excited. I'm sorry if you don't have air conditioning because it's hot. It's really hot out. So thankfully we have it now. Hi Devin. It's good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. If you guys are on right now and you want to say hello, that would be wonderful because we love to chat and see who's watching and everything. So here we are. Hi Mom and Dad. They told me that they're on. That's exciting too. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and jump in and get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
I know. I just like to.
Let's get moving.
I like to talk to everybody in the beginning. It's so much fun.
I know you do.
I'm a talker.
I know you do. But we got people to see.
Okay. Anyway. Oh, no AC for you.
Oh
no. I'm so sorry.
That sucks.
I hope you have like a window air conditioner or something.
Yeah, or a fan.
Or a fan. Even
maybe like
then.
3 fans.
It's like 94, I think. I'm so sorry.
That's old school America.
Oh, old school?
Old school America.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I am so sorry. Maybe have something frozen or drink lots of water.
We had no AC for, I think, 9 days.
Yeah.
So, and a couple of those times, it was really hot.
And nighttime's tough.
Yeah.
We were drinking a lot of water.
Sleep, it's hard.
We were definitely getting our water goals in.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah. But, I'm sorry, Devin. I hope you can stay cool somehow. That's sad. Okay. All right, guys. So last week we did chapter 14. I'm just trying to get my book here. And we talked about ordinary people with extraordinary marriages. So we talked about how, as individuals, we might just be ordinary people, but, with God in our life and God in our marriage, we can do extraordinary things. So if you were with us last week, we talked about these different couples and kind of told their story of how God really works through them. And it was neat to hear those different stories. So I don't know if you guys talked about that with your spouse this week, or maybe you thought of other couples that might inspire your walk with God. I'm not sure. Hopefully it led to some really great conversations this week. So today is so much fun. It's chapter 15, and it is called Stronger Together. And I love that. It's just, we're stronger together. So we're going to jump in and get going with that. But I think Ryan, Mr. Griffin here wants to pray.
Oh, I thought you were doing it.
Oh, no, it's okay. You can pray.
Oh,
or did you want me to pray?
No.
Either way is fine. I don't care. I love to pray, but you love to pray. So just whatever.
Okay. So, Lord, thank you for this day. And thank you for the heat, this 93-degree day, or over 100 heat index in some places. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to have a great 4th of July weekend and enjoy just all the things that you have put on this earth, and speak through us so they may hear your words in our speech. Mm-hmm. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So we're doing chapter 15 now. Chapter 15 is called Stronger Together. So with the title being Stronger Together, you can kind of guess what we're going to talk about, being stronger together. So isn't it cute that we have the same shirts on? That was her idea.
Shirts.
She's like, we have to wear the same shirt.
Well, it's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, we did.
We were waiting to pull those tags off so we can wear them.
I know. So Stronger Together. So you've actually heard this before.
Oh yeah.
Being stronger together.
Mm-hmm.
And even recently, with a lot of the protests and everything that's going on, people get together because they're stronger together. Hey, we want to make a difference. We want to voice our opinion. Well, if we do it together, that actually makes a stronger voice than just one person or a small group of people. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing in your marriage. It's stronger together because there's two of you marching the same way, the same heart, the same soul, same mind, same everything, going in the same direction. You're stronger together. One person falls, the other person can pick that person back up, and then you keep going. That's how that works. Oh, I can't see it.
You responded.
Oh, okay.
Aw, thank you, Mom.
Okay. So
it's neat.
Yes.
Thank you.
So if you think of the 3-strand cord, you're one cord, your spouse is the other cord, and then the third cord, which is the middle cord, that's the Lord. So everything, it's a 3-strand. Everything is wound together, and it can't be unbroken. Well, it can be broken, but it's hard to break a 3-strand cord than a 2-strand cord. And then 1-strand cord, obviously, just is done. But 3-strand is really, really hard. So Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. So again, it's not quickly broken. Those of you out there who've ever towed a car before, pulled a car, or if you've ever tied anything down, sometimes one strap isn't going to do it. You need 2 or even 3 straps, and then it's like, it's in there, like America. It's in there. I'm going to say that a lot today, so be prepared.
For the 4th of July.
Yeah. So, you got to remember that marriage, just the whole thing of marriage is a gift. It's not just to the two of you, but to this world. The impact or unity in marriage can have is unfathomable. You can fight against each other, going in different directions, which will hinder or destroy what God might want to do through your marriage. Or you can choose to hold each other's hands and persevere, running in the same direction with the same vision, fused together, bound by God, confident of the purpose and power of your marriage. So like I said, it's one heart, one mind, one soul, one body, moving in the same direction. That's exactly what they're saying. And your marriage is a gift, and your marriage actually impacts the community that you live in, whether you know it or not. People see you in the grocery stores. People see you outside of your house. I mean, we had a neighbor yesterday. I was out in the car. I came out of the car, was walking to go back into this place, and she stopped me and she goes, "You guys are always outside running and exercising. I want to be athletic." So
is that what
she really did say it like that too. Yeah. So, I mean, but see, this lady, like, I've talked to her maybe once. That was I think so. I think that was the second time that I've actually, like, stopped to talk to her. Mm-hmm. But she sees us all the time walking around and doing what we do. And she has that perception of us. So people do see you walking around. Yeah. Even around our town, we know everybody's dogs. Everybody's dogs knows us.
Yeah.
We know
all the dogs.
We know all the dogs. We've even given their dogs our own names.
We don't know the real names.
We don't know the real names.
Except the one. We know JoJo.
Oh, yeah.
But the other dogs we don't, so we just name them.
Yeah.
Not in front of their owners, just, yeah.
Yeah. So people see you. People know who you are, or people have this perception of who you are based on what you're doing, how you treat your spouse. So we got to really be careful with that.
And that's really true too, because like if we were out on our walks, if we would be out there arguing and hooting and hollering all the time, like that would be everybody's perception. Like, oh, there's that couple that fights all the time.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't you see that?
Yeah.
I never thought about that. We're just walking or running, but like, yeah, people notice things. I mean, have you ever thought of a time? Like, can you think of a time now? Like, oh yeah, I did notice. This couple did this, but that could have been a one-time thing, not really who they are. But if you see it, you're just like, oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah. But imagine if you were very loving.
Yeah.
And then somebody mentioned that, like how loving your relationship is, and then you can bring them into your house, not necessarily into your marriage, but bring them into your house, and then they could really see how much you care about your wife, or your wife cares about him, and then you could bring that person to Jesus, essentially.
Yeah.
So
be a witness to your marriage.
Right. So that's what it is. Marriage is a gift to the world, and we need to not take that lightly. God designed you and your spouse to be ambassadors of holy love to a hurting world. Wow. When was this written?
Wow.
Rather than the inwardly focused perspective defining so many love stories commonly expressed as you and me against the world, God desires you to embrace the rich and meaningful mission of you and me for the world. You're not against the world, you're for the world.
I've seen that a lot.
I've seen that a few times.
I mean, yeah, especially like on social media. It's like,
oh, you
me
mean
and this person against the world.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that a lot, yeah.
And where they're saying it's like, no, you and me for the world. What can we do for the world, for the hurting people?
Yeah.
Or it's even not us against everybody.
Or even when the Cleveland Indians, I think it was 5 years ago, they got into the World Series.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Cleveland against the world. That's what they called it.
That was sad.
Oh my gosh, it was so heartbreaking.
So many late nights just rooting
for them. That was heartbreaking. So anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, I almost cried.
It was sad.
I really did.
Like
I almost cried.
Indians fan.
I wanted to see it.
Oh, we have our blanket. See, we have our Indians blanket right there. We're ready for baseball sometime.
Sometime.
That's another story too.
Anyways.
We don't want to get depressed.
Yeah. So really focus on, your marriage is a gift, and it's you and me for the world. We are actually marriage. The whole purpose of marriage is to bring people closer to God, is so people can see that relationship. So we are actually married for other people. Think of it that way. So rather, acknowledge means that you know God's ways, that He is the ultimate authority in your life, that you submit to His leadership. So acknowledge the means that you know God's ways. He's the ultimate authority. That threefold cord, you can't have that threefold cord if you do not acknowledge that God is sovereign, God is powerful, and He leads over your life. I mean, you got to be able to do that. If you can't do that, figure out how you can. Because you got to be able to do that.
Can I add to that?
Sure.
Or were you going to keep going?
No, I'm done.
Okay, because it says in our book here, you and your spouse can have a marriage after God. You can use your marriage to build the kingdom of God and spread the gospel. But it says it requires knowing God and believing in His ability to lead you and provide for your lives in your marriage. And then I've always loved this verse. It's Proverbs 3:5-6. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him and He will make straight your paths. And, you've probably heard that verse many, many times. I personally have heard it several times. And, but reading this book, that particular passage spoke to me differently because the author, Jennifer and Aaron, they go on to say, to acknowledge God does not simply mean to give a head nod like you would as you pass by a friend at church. Like guys do that, like that.
Like, what's
up? What's up? And they just keep going. It says that type of acknowledgement is meaningless as you recognize His presence, yet continue on in your own ways. And that's where Brian was just saying, rather acknowledge means that you know God's ways, that He is the ultimate authority in your life, and that you submit to His leadership. So it's not just like head nod, okay, what's up, God, right? What's up, God? It's not that. It's, spending time in His Word, spending time in prayer, even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes when things are hard or you're having a bad day, it might not be the first thing you turn to. It might not be, let me read my Bible and then I think, I'll feel better. A lot of times I don't think that's our initial go-to. So I love that rather than just, head nodding God, it's acknowledging him, spending time with him, getting to know him and his ways. So I forgot to highlight that part. I should have highlighted that. That's what I meant. Why I highlighted the blue. Okay. Excuse me. I'm done.
Okay, so remember that you and your spouse are one. You are a team. Work together by communicating respectfully. Seek to understand each other. Encourage growth in each other on a daily basis. And I've said this before, but she encourages me to grow all the time because I need growth. I do.
I do too. We all need growth.
And you give me those reminders, and I need it. And I ask you to give me those reminders. And she gives me those reminders.
But isn't it neat, though? Like, I love that it says, you're a team. Especially if you're married, you don't have to do life by yourself.
Right.
You have this incredible partner who you're in love with. It's your best friend. And you get to, just take on life together with God.
You know what I did this morning? I'm going to brag.
Oh, it was amazing.
Because last night, she was like, oh my gosh, I got to cook that chicken. Oh.
I hope I didn't
So you know what
that.
I did? You know what I did this morning? Before she even got up, I cooked the chicken.
He did.
I cooked the chicken.
It was so
And then
nice.
she got up and she was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Just like
Not
that.
like that. No, I was really excited though. I smelled something and I was like,
something.
Not bad. But I thought maybe he was tending to his cast iron because he does that a lot. And then he was upstairs and I was like, oh, did you cook something? He's like, I got it all done. I was like, oh yes, thank you. And then I laid there a little bit longer. Okay, so a team. You're a team.
So
it's
you're a
awesome. Team marriage. It's so cool.
Okay, so next part. Moving on. So the big part of being a team, you can't have a team if you don't have any communication.
Yes.
So you got to communicate.
Yes.
Even if you think the communication is stupid, you got to do it. You got to just communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her how you feel. Tell him how you feel. You have to do it. We've had arguments before merely over miscommunication. I can't tell it any different. That's how it is. Mm-hmm. She'll think one thing and I'll think another, and we'll have an argument about it. We had an argument about the other day about that. And it was something
real small.
Our mindsets were different towards one thing, and that's all it was. And I was like, oh, okay. So we need to make sure that we communicate. Communication is key for every marriage, and yours is no exception. Be people who communicate maturely, clearly, humbly, and respectfully. Communication is a gift from God and a tool that will help you navigate every circumstance you face in life. Mm-hmm. So, Yeah. So communication, and with the communication, you're also helping each other too. So, like for instance, let's say we have to pack, go on a trip or something. She is the one who makes sure that I don't forget anything because I'll think that I got everything. Even going to work in the morning, I'll be like, oh, I'm good. I'm about to walk out the door and I got my bag and stuff. She's like, did you take your medicine? I'm like, no.
Or your badge.
Take my medicine. I'm like, do you have your badge? No.
How about your coffee? You just
said
that.
Do you have your coffee? No. And then it starts to get frustrating. But the thing is she's communicating. She's helping. She's helping me. And I do the same thing with her sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I'm notorious for I can't find stuff. And then I'll just see something out of the blue. And I'll be like, oh, hey, your hat's over here. And she's like, oh, thank you. I didn't know that was over there. I'm like, yeah, it's right there.
I sound just like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
So.
But, okay, so are you going to. Okay, go ahead.
So.
Because I was going to add something.
Being effective communicators will actually make you stronger together as you work in unity to further God's kingdom and God's purposes.
Yeah, but we want to add more on that. Can you talk about that verse and stuff too on the previous page?
Oh,
But while you're getting to that, I love what it said. People who communicate maturely, clearly, humbly, and respectfully. So it's one thing to communicate, but another thing to do it in the right way. Because sometimes it's not what we say, but how we say it. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that in marriages or just life and friendships. But it's important to communicate, but be respectful about it. Even if you're annoyed, even if you're, not having a great day, it means the world when you can do it respectfully. Because personally, I think the more respectful you are, the less heated conversations get, especially difficult situations. Um, Maybe you're talking about finances or something that's already kind of tense and stressful. Try really, really hard to be kind and be respectful and to be good listeners. And we talked about that, I think, earlier on in the book, that it's so important to be able to listen. Don't think about what you want to say next. Just really listen to what your spouse has to say. And I think that is so important.
yeah.
Because personally, I just think little arguments here and there might start just because the communication was a little harsh or just, it wasn't real respectful. So I think that's really important to be careful with that.
Yeah.
But that goes in any relationship. If you want to tell somebody, something that might be difficult to hear, just be respectful about it because, if you're kind, people tend to take things differently. I don't know. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. Okay. But yeah, should we talk about that Bible verse?
Yeah. It's interesting because the enemy actually attacks this area of your marriage.
Yeah.
He doesn't like marriage,
Mm-hmm.
so he tries to break off the marriage all the time. And this is one of the things he uses is communication. He makes you think about something, and then sometimes you react instead of think about it first, stop and think, and all of a sudden you're in this hole. You okay?
Excuse me. Yeah, I was just trying to
Oh,
work
okay.
quietly. I'm fine.
I thought you didn't like something I said.
No, I am good.
She snapped up and she's just like,
Well, I just had a burp, and I was trying to
okay.
be.
I was just making sure.
I was trying to make it not noticeable.
All right. The story of the Tower of Babel reminds us the power of communication. This is in Genesis. And God says, behold, they are one people. They all have one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. Nothing that they propose will do. Nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Just because they can communicate. So think about what that means and how it relates to your marriage. Those building the tower were unified, spoke only one language, and God acknowledged that nothing would be impossible. Imagine what you and your spouse could accomplish if you are unified and effective communicators. There is power in effective communication. So defend your marriage from the attacks of the enemy and be intentional in the way that you communicate. And this also means the way you talk to them. Like, let's say doing the dishes. And I could say, hey, would you mind doing the dishes? Sounds a lot better than, hey, would you go do those dishes? Like a resentment.
Or why haven't you done the dishes?
Or why have you done the dishes?
Not that we do that, but that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then I like what they said too is don't be discouraged when arguments come up or something is said that was not fruitful. You and your spouse are practicing how to communicate every day. So, and it says part of communication is also being good listeners. So practice how to be good listeners. And I like that it says that don't be discouraged if arguments come up because, sometimes they do. But it doesn't mean you have to let it linger and be upset the next day or 2 or 3 days. You can both apologize, ask for forgiveness, and just move on. Because sometimes things happen and they just do. We don't mean for them to. We're regretful when it happens, but ask your spouse for forgiveness and tell them I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I did not communicate right, and I apologize, and then just move on. Okay, just let it go and just move on. Because I feel like that's easier to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So don't be hard on yourselves if it does happen, because we're not perfect. We're not going to be perfect, but we could try to be like Christ. And that's the goal every day. Yeah.
So while you're communicating, you should also have fun along the way.
Yeah.
We had fun yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday. There's a lake by us. Well, not by us, but a little bit. We had to drive a little bit to get there. But we sat a lot right next to the lake today or yesterday, and we packed our lunch that we normally eat. Or was it dinner? No, it was lunch.
It was lunch.
And we sat, ate lunch there, and just kind of relaxed, watched the boats and people jet skiing and stuff. So really try not to get caught up in the mundane routine of life. Really, really have fun with this, or be too serious with each other, or stress out as you try to control everything. Some people are like that. Some people are, not that they're controlling, but they like to control everything. Like the planners, those planning people. Like, well, this didn't go according to plan. Oh my gosh, and they stress out. I used to be one of those people, and then I became a teacher.
And then you gotta be flexible.
And you gotta be flexible. Like you plan on A, B, C. Well, it didn't go A, B, C. It went half of A, D, all the way to Z, just like that.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So all the while, so when you're trying to control everything and you're stressed out and you're just living life, the mundane routine of life, you actually miss out on the joy of the journey of getting to know your wife better, your husband better, or getting to know how to speak to them better. It is a journey. It is something to work on, and it may seem daunting, and it may seem like oh, it's another thing I have to fix. But the thing is when it's done, that's something else that you don't have to come back to because it's done. It's better. And then you start to enjoy each other more, like working on these things, if that makes sense. So, and we have a lot of fun together. Even though we fight sometimes, we still have fun. And then a lot of times after our stupid fights, we end up laughing about something.
Yeah, and it's
probably me just making a funny face, just trying to end it. And she laughed or something. I don't know. But yeah, try not to get too caught up in those things, in life and everything. So God gives you and your spouse many ways each day to enjoy each other's company. And it's up to you to take advantage of those moments. Like yesterday, we went to the lake. We pretty much had nothing to do. And instead of, me sitting here thinking, oh, I could go play 18 holes of golf, or I could, play video games, go out and pre-order my PlayStation 5. That's communication right there, baby. So anyways, but I suggested to her, I'm like, well, we have the whole day free and we haven't gone on a date in a while. Let's do like a date, like a lunch date. And she's like, okay. And we went out and had fun together. So really take advantage of those moments. Find ways to have fun together, laugh, and play more. Kiss each other randomly. Let each other know that although you work to pursue, or the work you pursue is important, nothing will ever be more important than the love you have for each other. By doing this, you'll strengthen your bond of unity while building up security and trust in your spouse's heart. Continue to engage with your spouse in ways that will make you stronger together.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
I thought of it and then forgot it, and then now I got it, so I don't want to lose it. Okay, he had said earlier that, what did you say? Like we're working on it together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a team effort, I've heard people say before, like, oh, well, I shouldn't have to change. They married me. This is who I am. They married me. This is it. I shouldn't have to change. And it's okay. I understand that, but you're not really changing. I feel like if you're both working on being better, if you're both working on the marriage, it's not like, oh, he's just changing for me, or I'm changing for him. I have to change for him. No, it's like you're in this together and you want to have the best marriage possible that serves God and that, shows people God. So it's not like, it shouldn't be a burden because you're doing it together. It's not like I have these standards and Brian has to meet them every day. It's like, no, I mean, I have standards for myself. Like I want to be a strong Christian. I want to be a Christian wife, and I want to support and encourage my husband. And I think that's important to realize. It's not one or the other. It's not a chore. It shouldn't be laborious, whatever that word is. It's something that you do together because you want to be closer to Christ. You want to have God at the center. So I think when both people are in it, both people are working on it, I just feel like it shouldn't feel burdensome,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you're a team. You don't have to do it by yourself. You're a team working on making your marriage more like Christ.
Right. I
So,
agree.
yeah, cool. I was thinking all that. I was like, oh no, I'm going to forget all that.
Cool. All right, so this is what the book writers had to say about this stuff. Aaron and I like to have fun in our marriage by scheduling a weekly date night. That is when we spend quality time together doing an activity, trying new food, or simply enjoying our favorite foods at our favorite restaurant. We like to have fun by being physical with each other. When we are on a walk or a hike with the kids, we will hold hands, or I will wrap my arm around Aaron's back as we walk side by side. We have fun in the car by turning the music up loud and dancing silly. We have fun just driving in the car together. We don't even need a destination. We just enjoy the fresh air and company. We enjoy exploring antique shops. We have fun going to the movies. We have fun staying up late chatting. These are just a handful of ways that we enjoy each other's company. So it can be something as simple as staying up late talking. It could be something as simple as enjoying that fresh air in the company like what we did yesterday. It could be something like you're just being weird, dancing in the living room, wearing a weird hat and a weird shirt, and you have like these weird socks, and I don't know, just
anything,
just something weird like that. But it's fun, and you cherish those moments. So
yeah. Can I add to that too?
Yeah.
I like to add to everything, but I don't want to make you lose your thought.
No, I can lose my thought.
Okay, there are so many fun things you can do. Like, I know it's such a weird time, and we feel it too. It's like, it's summer, we want to go out and do things, but we don't want to, because of things that are going on, and we really want to be careful, and be cautious. But maybe try to do some fun things around the house, or, we love going on walks. Like, I know that doesn't sound super fun, but it is to us. We have fun. Like, one day we were both listening to music on our walk, and we just started like singing an old Backstreet Boys song, like just stuff like that, like having fun. Or maybe you look up a recipe, like something you've never cooked before, and you're like, all right, let's do this. We're gonna make this really fine dinner, like stuff like that. Like there's things that you can do at home, and just fun things, or maybe play cards. I mean, I told Brian when we went to the lake, like, do we have cards? Like, do we have cards we could play cards? I don't know. Anything, play board games.
Somewhere.
Yeah, like I have a good couple friends, they love just playing board games together. So I don't know, you can change it up. Don't feel like it has to be this grand gesture. And I always tell Brian that, like, I don't need something like grand and fancy, or I just want to spend time with you. Let's just do something where we're together.
And I like grand and fancy.
He likes grand and fancy. He likes to do things for me, which I love and I appreciate. But I don't need that. I'm content. We're together. And always remember that too, guys. I don't know if any of you have felt this, but if you're feeling down at all, with everything that's going on, if you're healthy, just try to be excited about that, because a lot of people are really struggling right now. So, if you're at home with your spouse or your kids or your family and you're healthy, boy, that's a lot to be grateful for. So try to hold on to that, because I know it's tough. It's beautiful out. Everybody wants to go out and do stuff, but we just have to be so careful. So just try to be content, content in all circumstances. I know it's hard, but we can do it. We have so much to be grateful for. And another fun thing, I want to do this. I was on Pinterest. Shocker. I want to make my own popsicles. Have you guys done that? Like, no, they look delicious, like so good. But like they have like healthy ones too. So you do like frozen banana and I think like frozen cantaloupe or something, and you can make like your own little freezer pops. How fun is that? So yeah, doesn't that sound good? So there's so many fun things we can do. So try to brainstorm fun ideas. If you guys have fun ideas, please leave it in a comment box because I would love to see what you guys are thinking. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. So back to communicating. Part of communication is being a good listener. And Alicia mentioned this before, but make sure you not only learn how to talk, but you learn how to listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad at this, listening.
No, you're not.
I
Honey.
am.
No, you're not.
I am. Because then I ask you to repeat yourself like 3 times.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure I have your attention before I start yapping. Because if I clearly see you're doing something else, I just shouldn't try. Be like, honey, can I have your attention?
Yeah. Maybe you need to throw a rock at me or something.
No, we don't have rocks. I'm not going to throw a rock.
She's going to throw the first stone.
No, oh dear. No, I don't have rocks. I'm drink some water.
So, marriage is not a business transaction. Marriage is not just a means to accomplish goals. Marriage is a journey. And it is important that you both enjoy it along the way. So enjoy that journey. That means even enjoying each other when hard times come or when unity is fractured. Take the time to have fun and show each other that you enjoy marriage. Take that time.
And they talked about that earlier, like right before this page, of how early on in the marriage they were really struggling. As a couple, they were going through some really hard times, but they still tried to have fun together. And they basically said that it made all the difference. Like, yes, they were in a hard place and they were struggling, but it's like they both really wanted it to work. So they just try to have fun and try to be silly. And it worked for them. They might have been struggling, but they still tried to enjoy each other despite that. That's pretty neat, though. You're able to enjoy each other's company despite your difficulties. A lot of times I feel like when we go through difficulties, maybe we're a little bit more irritable or a little bit more on edge, but you can still enjoy that time with your spouse. I feel like that would make a load of difference.
Yeah, it would. Definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
So, so think about it. So think of this, the whole better together, stronger together part. Mm-hmm. Think of a candle. We actually had it. We actually had our power go out this year. So think of a candle, like it's pitch black, it's dark out, it's like a storm. And there's one candle and it lights up a little bit of like the corner. But then imagine that you take another candle and you put it a little bit over, but it's relatively close to that candle and actually lights the room up even more. That's what your marriage is like. It's 2 candles, 2 lit candles burning in the darkness, guiding everybody to God, to the Lord. So really think about that it's that one candle, that one light is good, but 2 lights is always better than 1. So yeah.
Yeah, because if one burns out, then the other one lights it.
Yeah.
No?
That's good. Yeah. See? Did you come up with that by yourself?
You just now. It was probably good.
That was good.
I didn't think about that before.
So, the Apostle Paul actually goes on to say this. Hold on. Okay, so his divine power has granted to us all things that pertain to life and godliness, through the knowledge of him who calls us to his own glory and excellence. He also goes on to say, for this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue, and virtue with knowledge, and knowledge with self-control, and self-control with steadfastness, and steadfastness with godliness, and godliness with brotherly affection with love. If these qualities are yours and are increasing, they keep you from being ineffective or unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. So, and this goes into the marriage. So your faith with virtue, virtue with knowledge, it all starts with the faith part of it. So as long as we have faith, we can be that light in the world. And then together, 2 people that have faith and 2 people that are light just lights up the room more. So it's really nice. So if you desire your marriage to be effective for the kingdom, you should practice all of these things, which are virtue, knowledge, self-control, steadfastness, godliness, brotherly affection, and love. And encourage your spouse to do these as well. As you and your spouse draw closer to each other and chase after God, you will reap the extraordinary blessing of being stronger together, equipped to fulfill every good work He has for you to do. There you go.
Yeah, I like that. As you and your spouse draw closer to each other and chase after God. Oh, wait, I wanted to read that thing before that. It says you should strive for these things and encourage your spouse to do so as well. And I think that encouragement piece is really, really important. I think we all need encouragement, and Brian and I work with this way because we both like to be encouraged and kind of pushed. I like to be pushed in a very gentle way, and he likes to be pushed in a just let me have it. Like, just what am I doing wrong? What's sucking today? What can I do better? Like, you're like that. I kind of like a sugar coated encouragement.
She likes a honey.
Yeah.
Honey, and I like a what are you doing?
That's what it is. So, but I think that encouragement part is so important. We all need that, and I think it's great to encourage each other to read the Bible, encourage each other to pray, and I think that's something unique that people who are married have. You have a team, you have a teammate, you're side by side, you're working together, and you're constantly encouraging each other. And I think we all need that. Some people might think they don't need to be encouraged, but I think everybody does. You need that encouragement and maybe that accountability, that reminder to read your Bible, to open the Bible, spend time with God today. So I love that part. I think that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So now our questions.
We're on to the questions.
Questions for reflection.
Feel free to comment. Comments, please.
Feel free to comment, please, if you want to answer any of the questions.
Okay, so what is one thing you can do to communicate more effectively as a couple?
So what is one thing you can do to communicate more effectively as a couple? Anybody wants to respond to that one?
I could just see some people being like, well, I communicate 100% effective all the time. You probably don't. I'll just be honest with you probably don't. We haven't been married that long, but we're getting the gist of it. Mm-hmm. And there's always something. You'll slip up, you'll get upset, you'll slip up, you'll say something stupid, and then she gets upset, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's tricky because when you're married, you're just so close to this one person, and you really have the power to really help them feel good or really hurt them. Mm-hmm. So I just, you're so close to your spouse. It's just this close-knit relationship, and you can really make their day or you can make it awful for them. So that's what be kind when you communicate. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
So what is one thing you can do to communicate more effectively?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody answering, which is totally fine. It's okay. I think just kind of thinking out maybe what I want to say before I approach you. Personally, that's what I think in communicating. Just kind of really think about how I want to say it. Or if I'm like a tad bit frustrated, maybe just wait a little bit before I ask you something. Like that little bit of wait time. I don't know. Did you want to add anything or not really? That's okay.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think I communicate good at all.
Oh my goodness, this is so sad.
I mean, I do.
You do.
But I don't. In my mind, I don't think so.
I think you do.
That's just me. I always just think I'm going to say something stupid. But
no.
That's probably just a guy's thinking.
I was going to say maybe it's different for male and female. I don't know. I mean, I'm a communicator. I like to talk. I don't know if that's me because I'm a female or if I'm more outgoing. I don't know, but you're outgoing. I don't know. Maybe there's a difference. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have a lot more words to say, and he can just say it in about 5 words.
Yeah. 5 words.
I go all around the point, and then I get there, and he's just like, "Bam!" There's the point.
To the point. I just get to the point. I trim the bush.
But I like to explain everything.
Get to it.
Give 1,000 details. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
So the second one. Here's the second question. What does having fun together look like in your marriage? And what do you like to do together? Pick something you both enjoy and do it today.
Today.
Do it today. Today. Okay. Do it today.
Well, I just thought something so fun.
Yeah.
That I just started doing this. You should check your phone later. But I like to record things that we do and make little fun videos. And then later on, you get to go back and watch it. You're like, oh, see, we thought that was an ordinary day, but it was so much fun.
You did record me putting the other day.
Yeah, I was recording him when he was putting, and I was adding commentary. So, but that's okay. Don't watch it. Don't listen to him.
Okay.
Right now, he's not bad, but just.
It was actually kind of funny. I brought a chair. I brought a folding chair to the golf course.
Well, not the golf course.
Well, it was at the course.
But it was at the putting green.
Yeah, it was at the putting green. And
putting range.
Yeah, the putting range. The putting green. I put her right next to the putting green, and she sat there, and she was reading, and she had her sunglasses on, just sunbathing, and I'm putting away.
I know, but I am learning to golf. It was just not my time to golf.
Mm-hmm.
It was your time, so I was just reading.
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys. Think of something fun. That's another thing. Maybe your spouse really enjoys something, but it's not your favorite thing in the world. Maybe try to make compromises. Try to do it and try to experience it with them because it makes them really happy. So sometimes when your spouse is really happy, you just get happy too because it's like you're doing something that they really enjoy. So maybe think of something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She can hit the long ball too.
I'm working on it.
It's like,
I'm working on it.
Go.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any other fun ideas that you can do? Watch movies. What else could we do?
Let's see. Take walks.
Yeah, take walks.
Order takeout. Support small local businesses.
Yeah, we haven't really done that much.
We've done a little bit.
No, we're mainly cooking.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else. I don't know what else. I mean, you guys probably have ideas. Do puzzles. Some couples do those like really challenging puzzles.
I was actually gonna say that puzzles.
Were you really?
Puzzles or like a card game or something.
I feel like that'd be really relaxing.
Or some kind of strategy thing. You could build a model. That actually takes a while.
Oh, build a model.
Build like a model car.
He used to do that. He made me a model in college, like this purple car. I'm sure it's like a really cool
That's
car.
such a guy's gift. Like, I made you this car.
No, but he did.
I did.
He did the little glue in the little pieces, and you painted it, didn't you?
Yeah, I painted everything.
Yeah, that'd be something fun you guys could do.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe tend to your flowers.
Maybe go fishing.
We'll go fishing.
Fishing really is like once you buy, and the equipment's not that expensive, but once you have the license, I think the license is probably the most expensive part. You probably get like a used
fishing pole
somewhere.
Yeah, fishing rod.
You tell how much I fish, but I mean, honestly, if you get some worms and you just go out, just fish. You could do the catch and release thing, so you don't have to keep them and lug around a big like tube or tub of fish. But yeah.
Or go on picnics.
Yeah, you can go on picnics.
Those are so much fun. You can like pack up a little lunch. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you eat, and then I guess go home. But it's fun.
You can go for a drive, go bike ride.
Yeah.
You can read together.
Well, that's fun.
Sit and people watch.
Sit and people watch.
We do that sometimes. Like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
Or like in town, we see that one lady riding her bright pink bike everywhere.
It's a bright pink bike.
Yeah.
It's very old school.
Yeah. She never causes any problems. She's out riding her bike. It's the same chick
every
in
time.
This bright pink old bike.
Yeah.
And she has a basket on the front. Crazy.
Right.
So anyways.
But anyway, yeah, so those are some ideas. I could try to think of some more. later, and I could type them in the little box. So I don't know anymore right now. Trying to think of things you could do that's social distance and home and stuff. I don't know, but if you guys have any ideas, please share them.
Sure.
But I kind of think that's the gist of it today. You think?
Yeah.
I kind of think so too. So yeah, so I guess that's it. It was a little bit shorter today.
I didn't even have my coffee today.
No, yeah, no, you didn't.
I turned on the coffee maker, but just never did it.
Just never made it.
Yeah, it's over there. It's on.
Yeah. So okay, guys. So that was chapter 15, and then next week's chapter 16, and I think that's the end of the book. That's the end of the book. So we'll fill you guys in, kind of like what we're gonna do next.
You'll be tested.
Will we give a test
Then we're
next
gonna give
week?
a test.
Okay.
It's pass fail.
So I don't know. We'll talk to you guys probably next week about the future, right?
Yeah.
But for now,
We might take a little break. We don't know.
we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Or we're kind of praying through to see what we could do next. I know we've really enjoyed working through this book, but we've really enjoyed this Bible study. So I don't know that I want it to be over. The book's over, you know. So we'll pray about it. We'll fill you guys in. We'll talk about it. Yeah. So Brian's gonna pray, and I got my little prayer journal. So if you guys are in need of prayer, I would love to pray for you. If you don't have a prayer journal, it's super fun because you can like write down all the things you're praying about, and then later on you can go back and look at them, and it's really cool because you can see how God worked, or how maybe you prayed for something and then it turned out even better than you could have imagined. So I love doing that. I think it's awesome. So maybe you guys get a prayer journal if you don't have one. But if you need prayer, if you want some prayer, please reach out to us. We're here. We want to help. We want to pray. Whatever you guys need, just please let us know. So yeah, so Brian is going to pray, and then I'll do our little closing. And then that'll be it.
Okay. Lord, thank you so much for this chapter 15, Stronger Together.
Mm-hmm.
And I pray that you make us stronger together, even if we are strong together. Make us even stronger, and if we are weak or growing weak, that you help pull us together, because you are part of that threefold cord. Mm-hmm. And Lord, I pray that you bless the families out there this holiday weekend, this Memorial Day weekend, America.
Honey,
4th of July, not holiday. 4th of July.
You said Memorial Day.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting your prayer.
I'm thinking ahead too much.
4th of July. Memorial Day was May.
4th of July weekend. Memorial Day is still America, so America. Oh my gosh. This 4th of July weekend. Please not let anybody pass out with it being so hot.
Wow.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
4th of July.
Okay, I'm sorry I corrected you in your prayer.
America.
But okay, guys.
See what she does?
That's
See?
all.
This is communication at its finest.
No.
You didn't say that right.
I didn't say it like that.
I know, but that's how you should say it, because that's how I like to take it.
No.
You didn't do that right.
No. Okay. So anyway, guys,
so
thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you have a happy 4th of July, whatever you end up doing. I don't know, maybe, I don't know whatever you're going to do. I don't know if there are fireworks. I don't know. But I think Red, White, and Boom is on TV, so that'll be fun. You can always watch fireworks on TV. So that's something at least. And yeah, just, try to be thankful, even if this year looks different. Try to be thankful for health and time that you have with your families at home. So I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. All right. Bye, guys.